What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Type Help. In the last episode, we started the game, and we are starting to understand the logic of the game in that the events, the files that we're getting, have a certain naming nomenclature, right? So it's the order of events based on the first number, the first two letters of where that event happened, so the Quail Lane, entrance, living room, and then all of the characters involved. It's funny, actually, I work in film, and we have a thing called a strip board. And on a strip board, it is very similar to this, where it's like scene number, location, and then all of the characters are on a film set. Most of the named characters have a number, and that responds to, that's kind of like how you quickly put people on a call sheet, or how they get called to set. So this is very similar to that, which is interesting. And I think it's interesting that it's also kind of adapting this kind of scripty format, right? So that makes me curious about what's happening here. I don't know if this gets meta or this is really just the format that they took to make this happen. But I love it all the same. Okay, cool. So we potentially know what number 4 is, right? So it's going to be the study. It's 4ST. And then it's 1, 5, 8. Yes. Oh my. Bloody devil. Is he all right? He's not breathing. There's the sound of a bottle smashing on the floor. I'm so sorry. I'm lightheaded. Have you checked for a pulse? He's still warm, but he's definitely dead. Under my roof? First a stranger turns up at the door. Next another is found dead in the study. Do you know this man? I certainly do not, and I can't fathom how he could have entered the house without someone letting me know he was here. No sign of physical injuries. Given his age, I'd say heart failure is most likely, given his age, so he's an old victim. Okay. Well, serves him right. Really, a strange man sneaking around our house? I wouldn't have believed it. Let's not be rude to the dead. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation as to why he was here. He wasn't carrying much, just an old program for a piano recital. Has anyone heard of Amelia West? Note, if you want to make a note of information, you can always use the note command. Click the icon to the left. Click the icon to the left to delete this note. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, interesting. So I can actually just put in all my notes. I think I might actually do that. Let's just put some stuff in here. So, how do I... Wait, I forget. What did it just say? It's, if you want to make a note of information, you can always use the note command. So, note 37-1936, right? Let's just categorize it all. We might as well put it all in the game. 37-1936, Sunday. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to put it all in here. Okay, so cool. Let's just do a little bit of note-taking, and we'll be good. So note, corpse on front steps. Note, other fresh bodies inside. We can condense now that we know what the vibe is here. Note, only one was identified. Okay. Note, Alan Thomas, CIA, FBI. And Claire, now we know her last name is Hobbs, is dead. Invitation mentions her. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Cool. What else do we got? Note, quote, horror days. Okay, you and Claire. Note, birthday celebration. Note, talent for John. Note 01 Thornton. Vic has a sister. Oh, hold on. Note, Vic has a sister. Annie, Eve and Annie. Note Eve, because I can delete them, I'm gonna just do this. Note Annie, not 4 through 9. Okay. 4 might know Rupert. Note 4 might know Rupert. Note Vic doesn't know 4. Note Helen is 4 or 5. Note Tony is 4 or 5. Okay, almost there. And 4 might know Rupert. 4 talked to Annie. Note 4 talked to Annie. No show. John Hobbs. And then note 10 is a drunk. Note 11 is servant. Mysterious. Because he knows who Rupert is. And otherwise, I think we're okay. Okay, cool. That's a great thing that I have now. Okay. Why is it 1? Oh, why is there a number after them now? Or before them now? Weird. Okay. Let's keep going. So, no sign of physical injuries given his age. I'd say heart failure is most likely. Well, serves him right. Really, a strange man sneaking around a house. I wouldn't have believed it. Let's make a note. Old man corpse in study. Okay. It's just, he wasn't carrying much. Just an old program for a piano recital. Has anyone heard of Amelia West? Not a composer I've heard of. Okay, so note Amelia West piano recital in hand of study corpse. And I'm just going to delete that one. Excellent. Okay. Mr. Hobbs, you wouldn't have anything to do with it, would you? No! I haven't had a clue what's going on, I swear. But if I've arrived at a bad time, I'm sure I could find somewhere else to stay. Nonsense, Mr. Hobbs. We'll sort this out. In the meantime, perhaps it would be wise to keep this between ourselves. Damien, darling, would you fetch Thornton, please? I'll go and call the police. Thornton's probably the servant dude then. Certainly. I'm awfully sorry about the bottle. It's the least of my worries, John. Was that your name? Why don't you come through to the dining room with me? It should be empty. You'd best sit down before you collapse. All 3 of them leave. Okay, it's the least of my worries, John. Was that your name? Why don't you come through to the dining room with me? It should be empty. So if that's the case, then this would be 05 DI 1 5. Yep. Now, John, tell me why you're here. I'm sorry, it's not quite what I was expecting. I received this invitation not long ago, and I thought it would make sense once I arrived here. I see. There's a pause as she presumably reads the invitation I mentioned earlier. I don't like the tone of this. I'm afraid I've never heard of a Rupert Galley. Could he be a distant relative? He's unlikely to be. I wasn't born a Galley. I only took the surname for myself. Well, it would have been around the time I moved into this house, I suppose. So, Martha married into Galley name. Okay. All right. I was hoping you might be able to shed some light on why I'm here. We were just having a small gathering here tonight. I think Eddie must have organized it. It's just for close friends and family, though. I don't know why we suddenly have strangers turning up. Who else is here? There are 10 of us in the house in total, not counting whoever we found in the study. Oh, and Thornton, of course. That makes 11. Aha! He's our butler and our only member of staff. So name 11, Thornton. only member of staff. Where are we? Okay. As far as I can tell, this is true. I found no evidence of anyone else in the house. Martha Galley. Is that what you're thinking, John? What's that you're holding, John? I found it near the body. I thought it probably wasn't one of yours. I was thinking maybe someone else might recognize it. It's the key to the chapel. I haven't been there in a long time. Ah, well, that's something to look into, I suppose. Actually, John, could you go and take it to our butler? He'll be dealing with the mess in the study. Oh, certainly. I think I met him earlier. I'll go there now. Thank you. And you're welcome to join us for dinner later on. Okay. So now we're talking about 06. Study 111. Yep, cool. Person 11 enters the room first and moves something heavy. Person 1 enters. Good evening, sir. The room should be fit for you to stay in tonight. Just give me a moment to clear up this broken glass. Right. I'm sorry about that. Not a problem, sir. Not at all. It's dreadful, isn't it? Something strange is going on, and I'm worried they're all going to blame me for turning up at the wrong time. Can't be helped, sir. And you're always welcome in Galley House. There must be someone behind this. I mean, you haven't seen or heard anything suspicious, have you? I spend most of my time in the kitchen, sir. That's where I've been since we last spoke. I heard the front door open and close, and then open and close again. I presume one of them was for you, but I don't know who else came in. Okay, so note. Thornton in kitchen from events 2 to 5. Okay. I heard the front door open and close, and then open and close again. Did you see anyone else? Yes, sir. After the front door closed for a second time, a guest arrived in the kitchen. She seemed rather inebriated, but nothing out of the ordinary. And then, around the time the bottle smashed, a second guest arrived in the kitchen. After he left, Mr. Maseko arrived in as I was tending to the inebriated guest and informed me I was needed here. Oh, okay, so Damien Maseko. Right, because... Let's go back. I want to be rigorous with this. Damien, darling, would you fetch Thornton, please? Yes. Okay, so... Mr. Maseko. So, name 8 Damien... Oop. Damien Maseko. Cool. Okay, tending to the inebriated guest. So we don't know who the inebriated guest is. So a second guest arrived in the kitchen. After he left, Mr. Maseko arrived as I was tending to the inebriated guest and informed me I was needed here. Note, I've done my best to fact-check claims people made about where they were and who they were by tracking each person through the different scenes. If anyone lied, I'll let you know. Oh, interesting. For example, as far as I could tell, person 11 is telling the truth about where he was and who he's with in the kitchen. You could check for yourself by viewing his scenes from 2 to 5. However, it's harder to fact-check the rest of his claims below. Oh, can we use the same number system? Wow, that's cool. Okay, so what we're going to be able to do... Yeah, I think I see it. So what's happening now is and I think that's what this is. So each of these numbers, I think, is how many events are happening in different rooms at the same time. Right? So because this one is completely used, we're good. But what happens if I do 02 kitchen 11? Yes! There's the sound of water boiling. Someone enters from outside and it sounds as if food is being prepared. The front door can faintly be heard open, then close, then open again. Then there's the sharp sound of a bell ringing. Haven't heard that in a long time. Can't be good. The front door can faintly be heard closing again. And now it's 0. Or this one's 0. Oh, shit. Okay. So maybe we just corroborate the rest of the kitchen stories. Aha. Okay, so there's another person. Okay, so hold on. Let's go back to this. After the front door closed for a second time, a guest arrived in the kitchen. She seemed rather inebriated. Okay, so it would be 03, kitchen, 10, 11. Yep. Someone enters. Harry? Good evening, Miss Dower. You're looking very fine in that dress, if you don't mind me saying. Okay, so name 11, Harry Thornton. Name 10, Miss Dower. Okay. Don't call me that. I've known you long enough, Harry. Ugh. That's it. Take a seat there. Now, I'm a bit busy with dinner, but I could make some hot cocoa if you like. I feel sick. You'll be all right. What happened this time? He doesn't love me. Well, I'm sure that's not true. He loves you very much, and you know it as well as I do. He thinks he loves me, but he doesn't really. I'm just someone to love. He's lucky to have you, and don't let him forget it. He'll be coming looking for you anytime soon, I'm sure. Don't you worry about it. Maybe I should run away. Would you come with me, Harry? Maybe to France or something like that, you know, and eat oysters and sit on the beach? Do they have oysters in France? I wouldn't know, Miss Dower. But if you would send me a postcard once you're there, you can let me know, can't you? I don't want to go on my own, Harry. Maybe Eddie will go with me. I'm sure he would. He'd do anything for you, you know. Here's your hot cocoa. Thanks, Harry. I still hate him, though. Of course. Let me know if there's anything else you need, Miss Dower, and I'll be happy to help. By the way, if you want to try to keep track of what happens in each time code, try Title 3 something. Okay. Butler, drunk. Aha! Okay, cool. So you could section them out. That's dope. Really, really cool. Okay, so, but I don't really know. That's not what I want to call it. So, title 03 something. Title 01, John arrives. Title 2, John meets Eddie. Title 04, body found in study. Hold on. Title 04, body found in study, bottle dropped. Title 05 is the dining room. There's not really anything that happens here. Okay, so, but I have an idea of how this works. Now I'm getting like, I love the note-taking here. This is great. And let's make a note that 10 is married to Eddie. Or is with Eddie? Okay. Where is that one? Here. She's Miss Dower, so she's not married to him, she's just with him. Okay. And then maybe it's 05 kitchen 11? No, there's someone else who comes in. Let's see, what else does he say? And then Mr. Maseko arrived. Okay, so cool. So that would be 05 kitchen 811. Oh. Maybe it's 05 because she didn't leave. So maybe it's 1011. There we go. Thornton, is it? Yes, sir. Forgive me. I don't think we've met. Damien Maseko. Something's happened upstairs. Martha asked me to let you know. We heard the bottle smash from down here. Is everything all right? It's worse than just a bottle. Someone's died. You should see for yourself. What? Who's died? I don't know. I didn't recognize him. How many people are in this house? Well, let me see. You should recognize our 2 hosts, so it won't be either of them. Then there are 8 guests, including yourself and Miss Dower over there. And there's myself, of course. You sure he's dead? As I thought, this is someone else. Who is it? Who's dead? You ought to go and look. It's up in the study. Yes, of course, sir. I'll clear it up. Could you look after Miss Dower for me? If you take her over to Edmund's room, I think she probably ought to lie down and make sure not to run into anyone else, least of all Edmund. I'll do that now. Come on then, let's get you up. Who are you? You're very handsome. I'm going to take you to your bed, and if that's all right with you. Eddie doesn't deserve me anyway. Okay, so we have an... Make sure not to... Oh, Edmund is his full name. So name 6, Eddie / Edmund Galley. Okay, and then, so then these guys from here go, just so I'm not forgetting, ED 8, 10. Cool. I'm gonna table this for a second. Let's go back to the study. Okay. Oh, I'd almost forgotten. Here's a key I found earlier. Martha asked me to give it to you. Ah, thank you, sir. It must have slipped out of Mr. Galley's pocket. You don't mean You don't mean Rupert Galley, do you? Yes, sir. Poor Mr. Galley. He used to visit the chapel often. Sir, a pious man as I've ever met one. Well, he's a mysterious man, this Rupert Galley. At least someone here knows who he is. Could you show me to him? I'm terribly sorry, sir. Did you not recognize him earlier? You don't mean... Yes, sir. I'm afraid to say that he's passed away. You'd do best to give the key to Oswald if you see him. Now, I'm sorry, sir, but I'd best be heading off to the kitchen. Wait, I need to ask you. Person 11 leaves in a hurry. By the way, if you're wondering what that huge number next to the scene name in the file list is, see 00/references. Okay, so a couple things here. So corpse is dead. Man on the ground is Rupert Galley, so he's dead. No one knows who he is, apparently, though. He used to visit the chapel. Okay, so there's a couple things. So note, Rupert in the chapel, 1 to 3. Cool. It's a mysterious man, Rupert Galley. And then you better give the key to Oswald if you see him. Note Oswald, just in general. Cool. And then I'll be heading off to the kitchen. So Harry goes back to the kitchen. So let's do this is 6. So 07 kitchen 11. Cool. There's quite a lot of noise and walking around. You can faintly hear the voices from upstairs. Well, I never. He's really dead. Then there's a thunderclap, followed immediately by the sound of dishes shattering on the floor and something heavy falling over. This is followed by silence. Welcome to the confusion of Act 2. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, it's literally another page. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. And then now let's do this. You may have noticed the gray numbers to the left of the scene codes in your list of files. These denote how many references there are to other scenes you haven't discovered yet, I figured. Okay, cool. A reference could be when people say they'll be somewhere later, for example, or when they reference an earlier scene. Or it could be a reference that I mentioned in one of my comments. Some of the references will be incomplete. You might need to cross-reference with other scenes. Sometimes exactly what scenes people are referring to won't be apparent until much later. It's worth noting that just because it says 0 doesn't mean there isn't useful information in there. There could still be important details. Also, there could still be references I didn't pick up on. These numbers are honestly kind of just left over from a system I made when I was putting all the scenes together, but I'll leave them in for you in case you find them useful. I love that. Okay. Got it. Okay, so we didn't do this one, so let's do this. 2 people enter and 1 collapses on the bed. Will you be all right by yourself? I want my brother. I think I saw him earlier. I'll tell him to find you. Don't let anyone else in here in the meantime, okay? There are strangers in the house. I've recognized his knock. You'll stay for a bit, won't you? I think you ought to try and get some sleep. I don't want to. Well, Vic told me about you. Did she say nice things about me? Of course. She said you have quite a charm about you, and she said Eddie is very lucky to have you. You're making it up. No, she respects you a lot, even if you don't seem to get on so well. She's too good a person. I don't know why she's with you. You seem too quiet and serious. Vic told me about you. Does she say nice things about me? No, she respects you a lot, even if you don't seem to get on so well. You seem too quiet and serious. Haha, I remember now. She said you could be quite honest sometimes. Eddie still thinks about her. I could tell. He doesn't look at me the same way. I'm sure that's not true. Where's your ring? We had an argument earlier. I had too much to drink and I accidentally lost it. I hope he finds it. Note, you could track mentions of people or objects with the find command. Oh. I'm sure he will. No, he cares about you. He starts to quietly talk into her pillow, but I can't make out what she's saying. I should go. I'll tell your brother you're here. Will you be all right on your own until then? Again, I can't hear her reply, but he leaves anyway. Note, no one else enters or leaves during the next scene, but I've included a sleeping scene anyway. As you may have noticed, each living numbered person appears in exactly one scene per timecode. Oh, I see. This made it easier to keep track of things when I was putting all the scenes together. So everybody is somewhere, which is great. That's a great thing to know, because that's why we have such a limited cast. Well, seemingly limited cast. Okay. So, oh boy. Okay, so let us. I want my brother. So I want to figure out the relationship here. So Vic is with Vic is with Damien. And then Eddie is with Dower. Claire Hobbs is dead. I'm just trying to make sure. Vic has a sister. And then Vic is sisters with Miss Dower, I think. Vic is... No, hold on. Note, Vic and Dower are sisters. Ten is a drunk. Old man corpse and study. We know that now is Martha married into the Galley name. Thornton's in kitchen. We got that. 10 is with Eddie. Yes, we figured that out. Rupert in the chapel, 1 to 3. Oswald. Okay, cool. So, wow. Okay, this is nuts. Let me just. Yeah, we're getting on to the end of an episode, but let's see. So everybody is represented somewhere. So maybe we just kind of try to fill it out, right? So let's go with like, this is tough. Well, let's try. Well, I guess we don't know what the number code is for. We don't know what the number code is for Rupert. Right? So if I did something like 01 Chapel 2 01 Chapel 12. Nope. Okay. I don't want to guess. That feels weird. Well, we're inherently guessing. We're making little leaps, but not that much. Okay. So I really feel like I should just title each one something, at least, just so that way I can section them out. So I'm not getting confused, right? So this should still be this. Okay, and then what was the last thing that last one had said? It was this one. You could track mentions of people or objects with the find. Find ring. Showing search results for ring in local files. Oh, okay. So I can find... basically, I can search text is basically what it's saying I can do. I'll tell your brother you're here. Oh God. Okay, we're getting a little bit. I'm getting a little confused about the combinations of people, but hey, okay. I feel good though. Let's go to list, and so we've slightly pushed into Act 2. Oh, so there's a lot here. Okay, so Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4. Okay, cool. Wow. All right, I'm gonna pause it here. I gotta get a drink of water, and I'm gonna keep going. This has been really cool. I am very interested to know how this develops. Maybe in the next episode we try to figure out if we could figure out where some of these other people are in these rooms while these first couple events are happening. But until then, please give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see future episodes. Subscribing really helps out the channel and helps me out. And I love all the comments, so please leave everything. Just no spoilers. That's the only thing I ask. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.